Cheers.
Salud.
For a new podcast together.
For a new podcast together. Is it legal to show the beer and la marca?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you
Okay.
are doing just a kind of free publicity, I guess.
No, it's actually no publicity, no advertisement here. It's just two people talking and having fun.
Two brothers.
Two bro-
Bastante cursi. Brother.
Oh, brother. But we have to say, I think we did you wrote a fucking cool song.
I mean, it's. I'm not sure if I wrote a cool song, but you produced it in a very cool way.
No. I produced
Let's
it in
be
a good
cool,
way because it's a really great song.
No, but anyways, talking about humanism,
Humanism.
human beings in this world. When or where did you hear that song for the first time? Actually,
It was Budapest TV. A friend of us who is doing all kind of streamings, and you were in Argentina. Actually, he's from Argentina. We will leave the link below.
perfect.
Budapest TV. He makes streamings, a lot of video services and stuff. And you were doing that in his terrace, actually, in Argentina. And I remember I was with Nono, my girlfriend, watching it. It was, I think, like at 12 p.m. No, 12 a.m. at night. So it was really late here.
Ah, okay, because it was in Argentina. Yeah,
We I think it was like
we
four
played
hours.
like we played exactly like at 8 in the evening. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and it was 12. And we were watching it there, and it was really cool. And suddenly you play that song that I didn't hear. I heard a lot of your songs, but that one somehow, I don't know, or maybe I heard it once, I don't remember, but somehow there it just went inside of my head. And I remember I was one whole year singing it almost every day in my head until after 1 year I wrote you like, hey, I can't get this song out of my head, please let me produce it. We're like, sure.
Yeah, perfect. It's crazy because it's a song that I wrote. So the song that I wrote is called Humanismo, because it's in Spanish. And I guess I kind of wrote it because I had enough of bad experiences mostly. So it was interesting because I was in Germany, working for the biggest musical instruments distributor in Europe and actually in the world.
In the world.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest in the world. You have some other brands in the UK and then in the US, but it's a very known distributor, actually, online web page like Amazon. But you can buy just music instruments, and I had a really bad experience there. And there are a lot of bad experiences with the band on that moment in which I was playing.
Okay.
And somehow I had the feeling that, I don't know, why is it so difficult to
Find normal people.
not just find normal people, but why is it so difficult to live all together in this ecosystem with like the good vibes, like connecting with each other, helping each other, cooperating. No, there was like a really weird vibe that I can explain later, and because of that reason I also quit my job at that moment in this huge company. And I went back to Argentina to finish my studies because this was my push to go further, look forward, don't stay here in this place because you are not happy here. And I went back to Argentina to finish the studies and so on. And at that point I wrote this song called Humanism, which is going to be released, by the way, soon, in a few weeks.
Soon. Let's see if after or before this video.
Exactly, after or before this video. Humanism or Humanism from GLOBALIVITY featuring Marton and the Chimangos. So you will be able to hear it in Spotify and YouTube and so on. But anyways, and I wrote that song in Argentina, and actually I have a recording in YouTube. We can put
In
the link.
YouTube?
Yes, I have
In
a recording
YouTube?
that you. Yeah, I guess
The
you
one
never
that
saw.
but it's the same that I hear.
No,
for
no, no,
it's,
no.
It's another one.
It's another one. It's a recording that I did of that song just with the charango. And by the way, is a long version of this song.
Man, when you first sent me like this is the actual song, so you can do something with it. You sent me and it was 13 minutes. I was like, oh, okay, 13 minutes, okay. We should do like a 4-minute song. So it's like, man, we have to take like
This is not a
3/4
commercial song. Yeah. Quite depressive. No, it's not a depressive
No,
song.
it's not depressing at all. But it was like this chill. How you call this? This type of music that you want it actually to be like this chill.
Yeah, it's kind of a down tempo.
Down tempo.
So the original version I did, which is on some SoundCloud, it's definitely down tempo. So electronic sounds mixed with the guitar and with my
But chill,
voice.
like more like
Very
you,
chill,
you can
very
just
chill.
enjoy it and be there and listen to it and then
Percussion and stuff,
and
exactly.
crazy stuff and then it comes back and we had to somehow develop from those 13 minutes
A 4-minute song, yeah.
a 4-minute song
Or less, actually. Yeah.
or less. But I think I don't remember now how many minutes, but I think it's
No, it was very long. It was the one I have in SoundCloud. It's like 15 minutes, but because it has a lot of instrumental parts as well.
Yeah.
And actually, now that I remember, I just remembered exactly the moment in which I was recording it. And the thing with that song is that, obviously it speaks about the human being and what are we doing here, like fighting against each other, and I don't know, man.
well, it's good because humanismo actually it's more like the human part of us.
Be a human. Let's be
human.
more human, and let's like machines. Let's like I don't know, competitors against each other, like fighting for stuff, and you know. So the song really talks about. It starts somehow with a big picture of the world, and I think right now, this moment in history, if we look to obviously to the place we live in, Europe right now, it's like a perfect moment to understand what the fuck are we doing, you know? We have war right now here. And obviously we have war all around the world, you know, with Israel and Palestine. You have the war in Africa, in Ethiopia, the revolution that you had. You have a war in, what is it? We had the problems in Libya. We had the problems in Serbia. You have a lot of stuff going on in this one planet in which we all are living together. And if you look the big picture of this, you just, I don't know, it's how the song starts. The song starts looking the big picture of it. What are we doing, you know? And obviously the song keeps on going, and that's why it was so long, because it started.
But I think it's even short. I mean, looking at all the things that are actually happening, even 13 minutes are short.
Yeah, obviously. But what I wanted, obviously, we could write a song which takes, I don't know, 2 weeks maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, you have history books talking about it.
Yeah, no, I remember it was los párrafos, ¿cómo se dice?
The verses or the
verses,
the phrases.
The verses. Let's say, yeah. It was difficult to think about. Okay, which verse do we take out of the song?
Yeah.
Because all of them were like, it's true, man. There's something that you say there that it's like
important,
it was difficult to take out verses because they were all fucking important.
Yeah, somehow it came out from me. So it starts with this big picture of the world, and you know, if you look at the planet Earth, what else can we go? To what other place can we go from this planet Earth? Then why are we like destroying each other? Why are we having the different wars all around the world? Why are we threatening each other? Why are we competing against each other instead of kind of, you know, working with each other, cooperating, moving forward with technology, looking to to help more human beings, to improve ecology, to be more, obviously more sustainable socially, ecologically, economically, politically, just like to really not just survive, but we live all together in this one planet. So it starts with that. And obviously it was a difficult song for me to write, because as you mentioned, you could write a lot about it, and somehow because of the situation in that moment of my life in which I felt all of this, and it was like, I don't know, so it was moving really from this big picture to more precise examples, you know, in which I saw with my own eyes how, you know, there are people together. One is doing really bad because of some personal issues, the other one is doing really good. But anyways, in the workplace, for example, at this shitty company I worked at, for example, they were not able to communicate with each other and just to look what are the needs of one person, what are the, you know, the strength of the other person, how to help each other. You know, it's like a crazy thing that I started at that moment to see more and more how there are people who are really in a sad and difficult situation, but the one next to him really didn't give a shit about that. And you know, and it takes nothing to smile to a people, to smile to a person. It takes nothing to help a person. It takes nothing to you know, to do something just to improve a little bit the world. We are so busy with our jobs, our careers, with the money, with the position we have at the work, with the company we are working at, with the kind of job that we are showing to society, that, and all this stuff blinded us from the important stuff. And in my opinion, and this is what I try to write on that song, is how fucked up it is that we are just, you know, making it real, that we are destroying this planet Earth in which we are living all together. So what I wanted to say with all of this is that you see this in all levels of the society. You know, politically, wars, countries fighting against each other. You saw that then. You see that in the workplace. You see that then in the street, in the society. You see that in the supermarket.
No, I'm sorry. You see it a lot of times between friends too.
Exactly.
I mean, in smaller groups of people where it works as a society too, as a small country too, like small groups of people, and people do the same there actually. And sometimes we say, no, it's the problem there, and it's like, no, sometimes the problems come from us too.
Absolutely. It comes from inside of us, you know. We are, and this is actually one part that we took out of the song. Light a Rich, there you can hear the 15 minutes long song. One part that we took out of it is that it's the last part of it. La parte de si estás sentado en el sillón enfrente de un televisor.
Yeah, of course, I remember.
That phrase, for example, from the song, what was in that phrase is that we are sitting on the couch watching the TV and the news and just kind of, how do you say this in English? Like blaming the politicians. Why are you not doing stuff better? Why are you so shitty and whatever? Which is absolutely true. But the real change is not going to happen from a politician, is not going to happen from a prophet, is not going to happen from a new Jesus that it's going to come here and revolutionize the world. It's coming from us, from inside, from each of us. And what each of us believes in, and the, you know, the decision we're making of helping one people is the decision, the responsibility we're taking of changing the world. Maybe we think, oh, it's just a little act. No, imagine that what I try to do, what I'm doing, with whatever I do, helping a person, picking up a trash from the floor and throwing it into the trash, exactly. You know, helping someone, smiling someone. I try to imagine that the rest of the 8 billion people living in the planet Earth are doing the same, and the other way around as well. If I decide to throw a paper to the floor, or to, I don't know, slap someone in well, that's a bad example, but if I really decide to throw a paper to the floor or a piece of plastic or whatever from the car and throw it out and just think, oh, it's just me who is doing it, it will not change anything. No, I try to imagine that the rest of the 8 billion people here are doing exactly the same. And then, okay, wait, it's changing everything actually. So this is actually the concept of this song, humanism.
And it's completely true. And it's completely true. And you don't have to think, I think, about the 8 billion people doing it at the same time, but you can think about you giving a positive example to some people, to one person, who actually, after that positive situation that had with you, he's like at home saying like, oh man,
Exactly.
wow, that was so nice, I will do it too. And he does it too, to a group of 8 people. And the 8 people go at home and they're like, okay, it was really nice, I will do the same to another 10 people in the class, in the school, at job, at whatever. And suddenly you can make a big change actually from that what you thought, hey, it's nothing. You can change like 1,000 people.
You can change a lot of people because the good vibes spreads a lot. If you, I mean, I don't know, it's crazy because it happened to me already that.
But it's logic, I think everybody can understand that concept, believe that concept.
Yeah.
So concept.
Yes, and you know that people who are having like a hard time or who are stressed or whatsoever, it happened to me as well, that I was really in a hurry and like stressed because of some exams at the university or some meetings with really important customers or whatever, and like in a stressful situation, as soon as someone, you are walking in the streets, like going to work like a motor, like a robot, just going, and as soon as you like, you know, you see all of a sudden a person who just smiles you, it changes everything. It can change a lot. That's why I say that you don't necessarily need to be someone who's going there and feeding poor people. If you cannot do that, you are not doing that. But spreading the positiveness, the good vibes, that changes absolutely everything.
Absolutely
And
everything.
it changes you. This is what I wanted to say. All of a sudden you feel it, and then you are in a better mood.
Man, and if you're in a shitty position and you're bad, really bad, still the situation is the same. So either you take it with a smile,
Exactly.
or
Exactly.
you know, you're in a bad mood and stuff, but the situation is like that anyway, so you can still decide if to keep on going with a smile or not. Yeah,
Exactly.
it's much easier, it's much better.
And you know, the thing is that I'm thinking right now again about this fucked up, crazy, shitty company I worked at in Germany. It was my worst, really my
I
worst.
didn't know it, man. I didn't know it so.
I mean, I told you already that I had to. So this music shop, online music shop I worked at. I was working there in customer service, and I actually, it's crazy because the person who came as a manager of the whole department, she promoted me as a team leader for the Spanish team, or the Spanish speaking team. Spanish speaking, yeah, customer service team. And it was good for me. It was like I felt really good because I had like 6 people I was in charge of 6 people, and I really liked to work in a group of people with building up a team.
It sounds cool.
No, and it was really cool actually. The teamwork with the team, it was amazing. I enjoyed it a lot, and I had really good people working with. But you know, that job experience was crazy because I ended up like I had the very negative thing that I was very unhappy. I didn't have depression because, yeah, I know what depression is, and I didn't have depression, but I was unhappy. I was really the first time in my life in which I was feeling like empty. I am not happy at all, and because of that I had to even like to take. How do you say this, herbal pills, if they were
Herbal pills.
yeah, herbal pills, to be able to sleep, because I was not able to sleep. I was just thinking,
Shit.
what is going to be the next fucked up thing my boss is going to tell me in front of a lot of people? What is she going to shout at me? What is she going to do? Because
I
she
didn't
was...
know this. Like,
Yeah, it was crazy, man. That was really, really crazy. But anyways, what I wanted to say about that is that for me it was crazy to see how, because this boss I had at that company, at this music shop, online music shop, the crazy thing was that, you know, she had a management style which was kind of a dictatorship. A lot of people are hating me. Yeah, I'm talking about her. She was saying a lot of people are hating me. Now I need to manage, first of all, a way to kick out everyone from this department who disagrees with me. And she did that really good.
she did that.
Yeah,
She
really,
kicked
really.
out.
A lot of people. She didn't. So this is the fucked up part of it. She didn't kick out these people. She made their lives hell, but really hell. And when I'm saying this, yeah, I saw it at the very beginning before I became team leader of the Spanish team. I just saw how like things were like the whole vibe was tense, and I just saw how people started to quit the
Just-
department,
okay.
or to change department to you know, to go to sales, for example, or other places, because this was customer service. And after that, this person realized I have a lot of energy, and I was really engaged with the customers and the job I was doing, and she promoted me then to to team leader. So that was the really, like, for me it was a honor. But then the problem started, because she was expecting from me to do kind of the same type of management. And the problem...
Kicking out everybody
Yes,
who-
and
or
not
making-
kicking out,
making
but
their-
no,
their
no, no, no,
lives-
no, actually, yeah, exactly. Being an asshole. You are the boss, you are a dictator, they have to hate you and they have to fear you. And this is the style she was managing. And you know, she started with these rules of we are allowed to eat with some, you know,
Some people and some oh.
exactly, with some departments.
Oh, you
within
talk
this-
about racism.
Exactly,
No, racism. Racism.
This is not racism. This is kind of, I don't know, man.
It is.
It's a unsecurity. She was unsure about she
But
was
that's
scared
you're
about
making
losing
posi-
power.
Yeah.
Exactly, and that's why she started to implement this stuff of people are not. So we customer service, we are not allowed to eat with the people from sales, because she had fights with them. You are not allowed to eat with the people of spare parts, because she had fights with them. And anyways, what I want to say with this whole thing is that we had a meeting, and this was the meeting in which I like really kind of started losing it. I was like, what the fuck is this? A person from that department, from customer service, a really nice girl from Italy, she worked so good, and she wanted to change to sales. Yeah, it was like May or it was April, something like this. And in September, she already signed the contract to change to another department. We had a meeting, urgent meeting, team leaders and her. We had an urgent meeting in which what has been discussed, I swear, this was the point in which I realized I need to quit this job and just go somewhere else really far away. What she said is, okay, dear team leaders, I will just say a fictitious name, not a real name. Martina is changing the department to sales. So this meeting right now is very important, because all of us, we need to brainstorm how can we make her life as hell as possible until that moment in which she's quitting, in which she's changing to this other department. How can we manage now all together, all of us? What ideas do you have to make her life the living hell? The hell on planet Earth.
So in a company that your goal is to sell musical instruments and show that to people and get to know like as more people as possible to buy these instruments, actually the point suddenly became how you can fuck your life up.
Exactly. So I was not working in sales there. I was working in customer service, which is after sales. When customers have problems, they called us. But anyways, what I want to say with this whole long story, which is really fucked up, and I never ever experienced in my life something like this. Never in Hungary, never in Austria, never in Germany, never in Argentina. This one company in Germany. So actually in Germany I did experience it. This one working experience was really the one thing in which I realized, wow, I understand why the world is how it is, because of this really fucked up
behavior.
This behavior of people having so much fear about losing power, or I don't know what it is. But anyways, again, what I wanted to say with this whole story is this person, this boss I had, goes out from the company, and as soon as she stepped out from the door to the normal world, private world, let's say it's something like that, because the village this company was at, and the village all of the people were living at, they were really small villages in Germany. You meet each other, you see people in the supermarket, you go to the swimming pool, you go to the fitness studio, to the gym, you go to different places. You are a normal human being. With this behavior, what do you think will happen to you outside the doors of the company? How do you live? You know, we are humans. We are not corporate peoples buying the moon, buying the stars, buying the grass, buying the trees. We are human beings talking to each other, interacting. And this is what humanism is somehow talking about. Forget this, you know, when we are talking with each other, when we are how do you say this in English? When we are just living with each other, conviviendo. It's a difficult word. I don't know what is it.
In English, yeah, convivir.
You know, when we are
Living together.
Yes, when we are living together, doing stuff together, then all this other part, you know, it's like it's completely superficial.
Yeah.
And this is what the song talks about, actually. And I guess that was like the somehow the turning point in my life, in which I like realized, whoa,
What the fuck am I doing?
You know, I don't, first of all, it was this pause I had. I have to say this as well, because this is the positive part of it. I realized what I don't and never will be in my life. I don't want to be this. I will work hard not to be this. And I guess our family, you know, we have this thing inside.
That's the thing. You don't have to work hard to don't be like that. I mean, you're just not like that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I mean, you know, the people you are, surrounding with. But I don't know. That are the things in which I realized humans can be really fucked up, and that's why I wrote this song.
They can be really loving too, and when that part comes, I think it's really fucking great. But they can be motherfuckers.
they can be really something unbelievable, actually, you know. Until that point, I was so naive, man. It's the English word, naive.
I think it exists.
I was so innocent because I lived all my life really smiling, laughing, having fun.
You worked in a lot of companies, and you were like, yeah, this company is helping. This company, you know, it's good because we are doing this and that, and
exactly,
I suppose
like cooperating, doing something good for the world, you know, positive, and with the colleagues as well, and always having like, until this moment in which I realized it was like a slap in my face, in which I was like, oh man, you know, stop trusting people. But then it was like, no, man, no. People are nice, you know, people are good. And that's why, you know, this song talks also about that the world is so amazing. It's so really fucking amazing.
Well, the first sentence says, somos todos seres humanos, en la tierra somos igual.
Yes.
So, it doesn't matter if you're good or bad, or you have good and bad, and because it's like the yin yang.
Yes.
You have good and you have bad. Point.
Yes.
Full stop. It's like that. The thing is that you have to be in balance, doing bad things, regretting that, learning from that, doing good
Exactly.
things. So you have to be all the time in a constant balance, not just like being really fucked up or not being a really naive guy like, oh, everything is good.
Exactly, yeah.
Something in the middle, but we are all human beings living in this planet, so we have to somehow deal with this.
And you know, it's for me, it's like it's how I see the world. And again, maybe I am too innocent, but you have to deal with this, man. We have to deal with what? Just, you know, it's like I mean, I know that we are
Sounds like
lucky.
a nightmare.
Exactly. You know that we are lucky people,
Yeah.
because I always when I speak about these kind of things, when we are playing with GLOBALIVITY and I say, everyone is happy, yeah, actually I am happy because I consider myself lucky. But if we see the big picture, man, look at the amazing cultures we have in this world, the amazing landscapes we have in this world,
Landscapes,
the
the
amazing
nature,
smells, the amazing food, the amazing colors, the amazing nature. So actually we have to deal with this. It's like, can't we just like enjoy being all together in this beautiful, really beautiful planet Earth, and starting like to take a bit more care of it, and a bit taking care of the people, and not just taking care but enjoying this, you know?
Yeah, there is always something you can enjoy.
There is always something you can enjoy. There is always something positive in all the craziness, you know, and you just put the light there and enjoy it, and put the focus on the good things. Then we would stop having wars, for example, you know, or having a political competition, you know, people
Yeah, but
killing
war
each other.
again. I think war is the perfect example when, for example, two people are having an argument,
Yes,
and one stays out of words, doesn't know what to do, and starts hitting. You know, I don't know what to say, but I am angry, like, bah!
exactly.
And
When the negotiations, I mean,
it's like,
stopped.
No
No
think
more, no more phone
war
calls,
is
no more.
pretty much that in the big scale, and that's I think it's childish. ¿Cómo se dice?
Inmaduro.
Inmaduro.
Immature.
Immature.
Yo creo que sí, immature.
Mature. Unmature. Immature.
Estoy casi seguro que es immature, pero no estoy seguro.
Okay, like it's childish.
It's childish.
It's childish.
And it
Come on.
makes no sense.
It makes
It's
no
not
sense.
not constructive.
You think something good is gonna happen? Nothing good is gonna happen, but really nothing. Like nothing.
And it's actually in the case of war and politicians and leaders, it's crazy because it's like I mean, obviously you have a history and cultural background of all of that, historical background, but it's, you know, at the end of the day, it's two people having a different
Yeah,
opinion
two-
about one thing,
Yeah.
and then a whole nation
A
is
whole
being
nation that
destroyed.
has it's been, and they don't even think like that. They
Yeah.
have nothing to do with that fucking situation. But
Exactly.
because those two people think like that, two people, then like 100 million people or more get in a fucked up situation.
Exactly.
No, it's
And
like,
the thing is that with
in-
this, yeah.
no, in Argentina we have this this saying. Tienes que tener dos dedos de frente. And things like that. Like
You need to have a brain on the
Like,
size of two fingers.
two fingers and less, because it's like pretty much 4 fingers, but 2 fingers just, you know.
Yes. But yeah, somehow summarizing the whole thing, we could maybe put in the description of this video the translation of Humanism, the text.
Yeah, we will definitely.
And it's actually what it talks about. And it's not that depressing as we just talked about it, because it really talks about we can change it. We can
Of course.
change it, and we will change it.
Of course. And yeah, I think if you listen to the song without the lyrics, I think you can get the vibe.
Ah, okay, that's
The-
interesting.
The not aggressive, but somewhere like,
Yeah. And maybe, yeah, just, I mean, to not let this out is because for me it's important. That's why it's the chorus of the song.
yeah.
Is that the chorus of the song, what it says is, it doesn't matter in which part of the world you are always going to see if there is anyone who needs help, or if there is anywhere you can help with anything.
If you can give,
Yes.
that's when you will see. Doesn't matter where you come from. No importa en qué parte del mundo. No, vos vas a estar. Okay. Yeah. It doesn't matter which part of the world you are, but you will see when you have to give.
Exactly.
What happens? Do you give or not? Doesn't matter who you are, where you are from, what you do. It doesn't matter.
And I guess the message from my side, maybe, I don't know, but the message a bit of the chorus is, don't get blind by work and stuff and motorized. Don't try to look the people around you, and try to be part of people. Let's not be on the phone just, and doing nothing, and just take a look, because sometimes really close friends, close people are seeking a smile, are seeking like a, just something like this, or a just chat,
just that.
or whatever. Exactly.
Just this.
Exactly. And it's not hard to do that. And maybe that's the message of the whole song, actually.
Yeah, I think we will definitely leave the pre-save link in the description.
Perfect.
And man, I think that song has to be here.
I'm really happy that you like got really engaged with the song, because
Somehow
you had
I
no
did.
plans with that song, and you just.
But it was 2 hours. 2 hours of streaming.
Exactly.
And that one song, it was like, oh. And I think it's fucking cool. Mr. Abelardo from Mexico did the mastering, which I think it's crazy how it sounds. And people, please share it, because I think the message is more than important to the world. So thank you.
Thanks, man. Thanks a lot,
Thank
really.
you.
And well, thank you for hearing the history of the song. And again, man, thank you for producing that song. I'm really happy that we did that with Martin and the Chimango Studios.
Cheers.